Hey there, good afternoon. How's it going? Today is Tuesday, December 30th, 2025. Currently 47 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 8 degrees Celsius. And look what we have out here. You probably can't see hardly on video, but I can see pretty clearly in person there a big white mountain and then another one over there. So I'm not certain, but I would assume that one of those must be Mount Hood, which is the tallest mountain in Oregon. The Cascades range of mountains has a series of big snow-covered mountains, all of which, to the best of my knowledge, are volcanoes. Dormant, but not extinct volcanoes. So dormant, including, of course, Mount St. Helens, Washington State, just north of here, which erupted in, I believe, 1980, May something 1980. I remember hearing about it when I was a kid, and it blew ash all over the place. I think it covered Portland. So I am here in Salem visiting my friend Eric, staying in his house. I use his address for my physical address, and so I'm waiting for my debit card to be mailed to me, as I've discussed in my past couple of videos, due to the incident in which somebody withdrew cash from my checking account using an ATM in Belgrade, Serbia, and so I had to cancel the card and get a new card. And so the good news is that that is now not fully resolved, but they decided to refund the $2,607 that was withdrawn out of my account in three different withdrawals. And so I gave them a call yesterday to check on the progress of the claim, and spoke with the fraud department. They asked me a bunch of related questions and then came to the determination to refund the money, and then said, well, the investigation isn't fully concluded, but that could take up to 90 days. I would say it's unlikely that they would reverse that and take the money back. There's really no reason why they would do that, because there's nothing that would come up that would change the facts of the situation. So that should be resolved. One less thing to worry about and more money in my bank account. And in that regard, I thought that I would sort of give back a little bit. As you can see in the title, I will get to that in just a second. But anyways, so these other snowy peaks are dormant volcanoes to the best of my knowledge, and Mount Hood, tallest mountain in Oregon, which I guess must be that one by the looks of it, and then I'm not sure which one that would be, possibly Mount Adams. Anyways, Mount Hood, that is where I started travel vlogging, or at least started filming random video clips and then posted one on YouTube, and that was my first video. I'm now at a cross-country ski resort called Teacup Lake, sort of an informal resort. There's just a little box that you stuff some, they asked for a $7 donation, so pretty fair deal. It's only like 12 miles of trails here, but I'm sure that's more than enough to kill a day or two. And as you can see, this is just unbelievable scenery right here. That is Mount Hood there. Tallest mountain in Oregon, and a volcano along the lines of Mount St. Helens, except that dormant, not extinct, but I think pretty unlikely to do anything. Way back in spring of 2009, so going on 17 years of travel vlogging. All right, so I'm going to go for a wander back in the woods here and ask some questions. So these are going to be questions about, oh, this did not go through. My friend Eric had recommended this as a place to go for a walk. Okay, hold on a minute. Let me figure this out. Well, I could just walk into the trees here. Let's try this. Anyways, so just for something a little bit different, then I thought that I would do this little contest, ask some questions, and whoever gets them right, I will send you $200. So preferably through PayPal, but if not, then I could put cash in an envelope in the mail and then just hope for the best with that. But of course, PayPal would be preferable. I don't want to do like a bank transfer or anything complicated like that. So I considered maybe having a list of travel questions. The problem is then people can just go to Google and just ask the question and get the answer there. And so that just isn't really much of an interesting, fun kind of a challenge. Instead, I am going to ask questions related to my travels, videos, and life in general. And so this will require either having come across the answers in the course of watching my videos or reading my books, or you can actively go back and check out some of my videos and find some of the answers. And so I'm going to recommend the videos page. So currently you are very likely watching this video on the video page for this particular video, with the video you're watching and then the recommended videos over on the right hand side I think, and then the comments down below, and just below the video itself as it's playing. If you're watching on a laptop, if you're on a phone or a TV or whatever, it's different. But okay, this is getting kind of interesting back in here. So right below the video should be my picture in the bottom left-hand corner, and if you click on that, then you will go through to my main channel page, and there you will see all kinds of stuff, all of the playlists that I have put down the page as you scroll down. And then you can watch playlists, which are series of videos that are grouped together for various reasons. But then also there are these tabs across the top, and one of them is videos. And so that shows all my videos in order. Now, there are 3 different orders that they can be displayed in. And so you can just see the most recent videos in reverse chronological order, or there are 2 more tabs up there. So there is popular and then there is oldest. And so you can make use of that to possibly find the answers to some of these questions that I'm going to ask. It looks like I'm going in a circle right here. Let's see what happens over here. So good luck with that. All right, now I need to get the questions out. They're on my phone. Let's investigate this first, see if this is in fact going to go through. Private property, but sign down. Oh, okay. Eric had mentioned homeless camp, and that is one of them. Don't want to bother them if they're around. Okay, so I need to find somewhere that I can continue the wandering and get to the questions. All right, this should work. Back into the sunlight, warm up a little bit. So the way that it's going to go as far as who wins the $200 is that if anybody answers all 20 questions correctly, then it's just the first person who accomplishes that. But I realize that these might be a little tough, especially to get all of them correct. So if nobody gets everyone exactly right, then I will just go through the answers and award the prize to whoever got the most correct. So here we go. The first question: how many countries have I been to? So this one can have 3 different right answers depending on how you calculate how many countries count as official countries, because I count the UN member states plus Palestine and Vatican City, which are observer states at the UN, and so technically part of the UN but not fully recognized as being independent countries. And then I've been to several countries that are disputed, which are for all practical purposes independent countries, but not part of the UN. So anyways, 3 possible answers to that one. Number 2, how old was I when I first started solo traveling? Number 3, what was the first country I visited? So for this one, there can be 2 potential answers since it is kind of a country inside of a country. Okay, we have a tent there. Let's continue out this way. Busy road out there. Not sure what this is, some sort of a grain silo, I guess, or else water. All right, so number 4. How many Greek islands have I visited? So that is one that you can figure out by checking out the videos. Number 5. Let's take off the sunglasses there in the way. Which 2 major mountain peaks have I climbed? A hint, both of them are the tallest mountains in their respective countries. Number 6. Which city was I in when my backpack was stolen? Number 7. Which city was I in when my wallet was stolen? When I was pickpocketed? Where was my most viewed video filmed? So that one, you need to mention more than just the country. Number 9. Which country have I visited the most number of times? Number 10. Which country have I spent the most time exploring? So those are 2 different countries. The one that I've been to the most number of different visits versus the country that I have visited and spent the most time traveling within. So all of these questions will be listed in the description down below the video. All right, now the last 10. So number 11 is, what is my number 1 favorite place in the world? So not my favorite country, my number 1 specific favorite place. Number 12, what are the 3 disputed countries I've been to? As I mentioned just a couple minutes ago, then I've been to some countries that are not fully officially recognized as independent countries. So what are those 3? Number 13, what is the 1 country in Europe that I haven't visited yet? I've been to every country of Europe except 1. Number 14, what is the 1 continent that I haven't visited yet? Number 15, where did I go to university after I returned from my first backpacking trip? I think that I mentioned the answer to that one in the last video. Number 16, which mountain was I on when I filmed my first YouTube video? Okay, well, I answered that one in this video, so made that one easy. Number 17, where did I graduate from high school? Number 18, where did I graduate from university? So I attended 5 different colleges after graduating from high school. And so which one of those, because I have mentioned at least 2 of them, or maybe 3, but including the university that I ultimately graduated from, I made a video there. I also made a video where I went to high school. That was kind of a while ago. Number 19, in which place did I last work a regular job before YouTube? Now, notice I said before YouTube. So I worked for a month washing dishes in Alaska in the summer of 2017, but that was in the middle of my YouTube career. So I'm saying, what was my last regular job before YouTube took off and became my full-time career? And number 20, a fairly easy one with multiple potential answers. Name one country I haven't been to yet that I want to visit. So a country that I've mentioned in a video, there was a video I made in Thailand in which I talked about some of the countries that I'd like to go to, because there are plenty of countries that I don't really have any interest in visiting, but there are certainly a number of them that I really want to get to and finally get over the 100 countries visited mark. So there you go, that is it. So again, I will put the 20 questions in the description below the video, and also I will pin a comment with the 20 questions, so good luck. Just include them in a comment below the video. Don't send me the answers on Instagram or in an email or whatever, and I will just go through the comments and then I can see what is the first comment if anybody gets all of the questions right. So good luck, and we'll see where I end up going next. Still just pondering the possibilities. I really don't know where I'm going to be traveling to after here. We shall see. All right, that's all for now. See ya.